Becoming successful is not rocket science. If you want to become successful in the business world, you have to follow a very simple formula. Find a problem that's common enough that a lot of people face. Find a unique solution to it that you can offer. Market that solution well. And when you market that solution well, people will buy it from you. You'll make money and your company will start growing and you'll become successful. It's very simple. But do all companies succeed? Do all people who enter business succeed? And do all people in general succeed? No. But success is simple, right? This formula just proved to us that achieving success is very simple. Then what is it that makes the difference? What is the one thing that differentiates the 5% people who become successful from the huge 95% who don't become successful? It's very shocking, right? Well, we like to think, and while it is true that achieving success is simple, 95% of people in this world aren't even able to do it. And no, it's not because they don't know how to. Most people know how to achieve success. Most people know the basic things that go into building a business. They know it in theory. But most people are not able to execute or take action on it. Why? Because it is not easy. We often correlate the words simple and easy, but they are completely different and they don't mean the same thing. Simple things are things that are not complicated to understand, things that are not complicated to implement. But it does not mean that they are easy to implement. And easy means that even though something may be complicated, it's easy to implement it in your life. It's that simple to understand. So, what is it that makes the difference? It is the easy factor. Many people think that if success is simple, it will come easy, but it does not. They end up disappointing themselves and then they are like, I can't become successful. They give up on hustling. And hustling really is the only way to get to your goal, to get to whatever you want to. But we have heard this term a lot, right? Hustling, be a hustler, keep hustling. It is all over social media. But what does this term actually mean? Let us understand it on a deeper level. If you look at it, hustle means that you keep giving in your efforts and you keep doing more and more to get to your goal. It is synonymous to and it is almost similar to a never give up attitude. To keep going, to keep achieving more and more. So it is that simple to understand. Hustling means that even when things get tough, even when it is not possible for you to draw out a lot of time to work on whatever you want to, you spend time on it, you work on it. If it means working 18 hours a day to do that, you have to do it. If it means making 100 sales call every day that take you 8 to 10 hours and then doing the rest of the work, do it. Hustling means doing the difficult things and putting in the extra hours and the extra efforts to get to your level, to get to the goal you desire to achieve. And that is what we all need to do. We all need to keep hustling. You see many successful YouTubers out there. The only reason they have become successful is because they kept hustling and grinding for years and years on this platform. The only reason why Microsoft, Apple, Reliance, and so many other companies are at the top is because the people who made them at first, when the companies were nothing, from zero to the level they are today, when people scaled it, the founders and all, they gave in those efforts, they kept hustling. You see many people on the internet who become millionaires and they were able to do that only when they created digital products and kept selling them, kept promoting them, and then also grew on social media with the hustle, with the grind. People have to work for 18 hours a day sometimes. People have to work for 3 days in a row sometimes to get that work done, to put in that extra efforts, because the only difference between ordinary and extraordinary people is the extra in between. And this hustle, this effort that you have to give in defines that extra. So Now you know what hustling actually is. It is that you keep giving in your efforts even when the going gets tough, even when you have to be uncomfortable, and even when you may not get the most desirous or most pleasure out of doing the work you do. It is a hard journey. It is not an easy journey, but it is a simple one. You have to keep this idea in mind. And now the question comes, why do I need to hustle? Why do I even need to put in those efforts? And this is something you need to ask yourself before you even dive into it. Because until and unless you are not clear on the purpose of why you are hustling or why you are grinding, it will not be sustainable at all. If you want to succeed in it, if you want to sustain that hustle and make something big out of it, you need to know why you are doing what you are doing. For Steve Jobs, it was not easy to make many sales calls, to contact many people, and to set up Apple with his team at that time from ground zero. But he always had one vision, and that was to give the modern computing power to every household instead of just big corporations. He thought that way. At that time, no one created computers for common people. They only created big mainframe computers for large corporations. But Steve Jobs had that vision, had that clear why of taking a computer to each household, and he did that. All of his hustle, all of his efforts were worth it because he knew his purpose, he knew why he was doing what he wanted to do, and he did that, he reached his goal. So, in the same way, you need to find out what is it, the reason, what is the main reason of why you're doing what you're doing. Once you know that, once you're clear on that exact specific reason, hustling will become very easy for you. And now the question comes, how do we keep hustling? How do we not get tired of it? Because many times your physical body will give up. Your body will say you need to take rest, you need to take a break. And in those times when you can't physically continue, go take a break. Go take a small break and then come back with even more focus and energy. But if your body, or if you're just being lazy and you don't want to, put in that extra effort, do that difficult thing, you are not going to make it. It is harsh, but it is true. If you are not ready to put in the extra efforts, to put in that extra into the ordinary, you will never ever become extraordinary. So it is up to you. And the answer to how can I hustle is very simple. Keep doing what you're doing, but at a higher level, at a higher magnitude. Multiply it by a few times and then give in those efforts. And remember, you have to do it efficiently. So let us understand it through this simple equation. Let's say that a person is building a software as a service kind of product in which it is related to finance and accounting, where people can use AI to do better accounting for themselves. It's a good product. That person is developing it. The biggest part of it is the development, the coding. And now that person has worked for about, let's say, 8 hours. The main function, he's still working on it. He's still trying to find out what has to be done. But then he sees, oh, it's like the normal work day has almost ended, so I'll just continue tomorrow and I'll just keep doing things like that. He won't really be able to scale to a much higher level or to a much higher magnitude. He will be, but it will take time. It will take years and years to get to that level if he just continues on that ordinary scale of effort. Because if you give ordinary efforts, you will get average results. If you give extraordinary efforts, you will get extraordinary results. And if you give great efforts, you will get great results and turn all your dreams into reality. This was one example. And now let's just change the scenario. The same person has seen that it's the end of the workday. He's worked for 8 hours, but he knows that he can do it. And if he works for 6 more hours, he'll be able to finish the main development part today only. And he does that. He ends up working for 14 hours. Then he goes and works. And then he goes back home and sleeps. That is what hustling is. And that is as simple as that. There is nothing complicated to how can I hustle. Because achieving success is simple, hustling is simple. Keep doing what you're doing, but also do it in a very effective and efficient way. So let's continue with this example of the software developer who's making that SaaS product. So what he's doing is he's made that product, he's doing that coding, but if he's going line by line, slowly, searching for something other, going on YouTube once in a while, he won't get anything done. He will be underproductive. He won't be able to get the best out of his time. And even though he will spend time hustling for 14 hours, they won't be worth it, because he could have done the same task in 8 hours and then spent the next 6 hours doing even more. So that is what you need to understand. You don't only need to do hard work, because hard work is simply donkey work if you don't know how you're doing it and exactly the result you are expecting from it. But when you know that, and when you do it efficiently by optimizing your performance means that not getting distracted, being focused, and doing the exact things as they are required with the amount of time they require, but doing it as fast as possible and not waiting for perfection. So that is what optimized performance means. Now that you have created an optimized performance for yourself, that is what you're doing as smart work. You're doing what's necessary, but you're doing it smartly by efficiently using your time, and you're getting more done in less time. That way, your product will move faster, you'll be able to do multiple things faster, and your product will launch in the market faster, helping you become successful faster. So, do you see how this entire cycle is working? That is what you need to understand and do. Never get tired of hustling. And now you may say that, but what if I feel tired? What if I feel like I just can't do it? And today was enough. I've done so many things today. What if I don't have the motivation to continue? If that's your question, then I want you to go back and reflect on why you're doing what you're doing. Because until and unless you don't know why, you'll never be motivated enough, you'll never be inspired enough to do that, and you will give up sooner or later. Once you have that why, once you know exactly what you're doing, you will know why is it important to you, and that way you will naturally feel motivated, you will naturally feel inspired to keep hustling, and you'll never get tired of it. For me, I know what my exact why is. I want to inspire people to discover that potential in them. And that is why I'm hustling every day. I'm making videos every day. I'm creating content on social media every day. And I'm doing other things as well that I need to do each and every day. So once you know exactly what your purpose is, exactly what you want to do, and why you want to do it, hustling will be very simple for you. I'm not saying easy. It will be difficult. You will have to face discomfort, but it will be simple, and you won't have to wait for answers from anywhere, and you will just be able to get started on action right away. Hustle more and more, know why you're hustling, and you will surely become successful, because achieving success is simple, but it is not easy. So, what I wanted to do now is comment below. I am an efficient hustler. I am a smart worker. Because instead of doing donkey work, that is what matters the most. That you work smartly and you hustle as well. You give each thing the time it requires, but you do it as fast as possible. And also, do comment below and tell me what your reason is, what your why is. Why are you hustling behind whatever you're doing? Write that as well, so that you have that clear statement formed in your mind as well. And also, do subscribe to this channel, because each day I'm sharing my experiences and my knowledge with you, so that you can find more positivity in your life, and you can find solutions to your problem that help you fast track your success. So hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell icon, and like this video and share it with as many people as possible, so that more and more people can start hustling in their lives efficiently and become more successful. So I want you to remember this concept, that you have to hustle, you have to keep hustling, and do it efficiently, do it with a purpose, and you will become unstoppable.